Hey guys, Stitches here, and welcome to 2025. So, 2024, it's been a bit of a year for me. Not like a super bad one. It's actually been a really good year in terms of channel growth. We managed to get up to 88 subscribers this year, and I believe we hit a few different milestones. I feel like we hit both the 50 and 75. We did not end up hitting 100 subscribers, and I want to stress that that's completely fine. That was more so just a fun little video to point out, hey, we're getting close to 100. It wasn't ever supposed to be like, oh, we need to get to 100. It's like, it's whatever. I'll get there eventually. I'm actually really happy just being at 88 subscribers right now. I didn't really want to hit 100 kind of before the end of the year for the main reason being that I still haven't recorded the 75 subscriber special. And I keep saying I'm working on it, but more so what I mean is I'm trying to find the time to work on it. It's been really kind of hard to do so. I'm still, my sister is still home from winter break, so naturally that means that, my work is up. So I've pretty much been working nonstop the past few weeks or so, or the past week and a half. Not really so much yesterday, and not really today, because today, it's a day off. So, if I look a little like disheveled, I got a little drunk last night because it was New Year's Eve, and yeah, I just figured I would make this video. It might come out a little late, I don't know. I don't really need to edit it. There's not going to be music in this one. I put music in the background of the holiday one, at least for most of it. So, yeah. I also wanted to talk about, the projects we did in 2025. We did quite a few projects. I feel like World of Goo was in 2025, or not in 2025. In 2024, we did quite a few projects that I'm glad I got out of the way. World of Goo, it's a game I've been wanting to let's play. I got that done. We started the Mario games, though I feel like that may have been last year. We did Sonic CD recently. At the time of recording this, I still haven't recorded the bonus video. So, you know. What else did we do that I was really... There was another one I was pretty proud of. I'm trying to remember. Oh, we're in the middle of Plants vs. Zombies. So, as for projects coming in 2025, not all of my Let's Plays are ending. Obviously, we're going to be continuing Pokemon Legends and Plants vs. Zombies until the end of those games. But in regards to newer projects that are hitting the channel, I have a few in mind. Right now, these are just purely idea. I do have one project that's already recorded that I'm saving, I think, until the summer. But I may release it sooner. And that is WarioWare with Nate. I need to get all the videos edited, but you can watch the first episode right now if you are a member of the Ko-Fi. You can watch the first episode of that because I've been posting links to the videos there as unlisted links. So, do what you will with that information. It would help if you were part of the Ko-Fi, because I'd get, it directly gives me money. So, then we have, I want to do a Kirby's Dream Land 2 Let's Play, finally. A while ago I did Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, and after that I also did a Game Boy one-off for Kirby Dream Land. So I want to do the sequel, Kirby's Dream Land 2, which will not be a one-off, it will be multiple videos, because, well, Kirby's Dream Land 2 has a save system, and it's a more extensive game. It's not going to take me just like an hour to beat. I think Kirby might have taken me less than an hour to beat. But, I would also like to do a Let's Play of Pikmin, especially now that I have a better setup for recording the Wii U. I would like to do a Let's Play of the first Pikmin game on Wii. And, I think that would be a good Let's Play to do. I've just got to do some research on it. I got to remember what all the content is in the game. I don't remember if Pikmin 1 had a challenge mode or not. I know Pikmin 2 does. And Pikmin 2's challenge mode is arguably longer than the main game. So, Geez, this video's only been 7 minutes long. It feels longer. Other than that, I'm kind of just, I've got to, sit down and plan new projects. Especially because, I've been a little selfish in playing a lot of games for myself lately. And, it's not that I can't do that. It's not that I can't play games for myself. It's more so that I've been doing a lot of gaming for myself, like games that I'm not even sure I will ever play on the channel. Most notably the Kingdom Hearts series, and the main reason with the Kingdom Hearts series is there is a lot of issues with the rights to music in that game. To the point where I feel like you get videos delisted a lot of times by playing that game. Or unlisted, or not unlisted, but taken down. Like, you get takedown requests. And the main thing is that with Kingdom Hearts 1, the main theme is kind of the main theme, simple and clean, plays during the ending. And if you cut it out, the ending just doesn't really have that much of an impact. Additionally, I did have a little bit of trouble when I did the playthrough of Sonic Adventure. When I did the playthrough of Sonic Adventure and Open Your Heart, got a pretty bad copyright claim. Basically, they gave me the option to either mute the section of the video or to delist the video. Eventually, I did I did make the argument. I'm like, it's in the game. It was a song made for the game. And eventually, it just got dropped, I'm pretty sure. I remember that was an issue as well with some of the Undertale Yellow stuff. Which I think I did that this year, right? Undertale Yellow? I feel like I definitely did that this year, was Undertale Yellow. But, I had issues with that as well regarding copyright. So, going forward, I would like to maybe start to do a little more games that um, I feel like are lesser known. Pikmin, I feel like, is one of those game series where it's gotten more attention over time, but I still don't know if it's necessarily considered a mainstream game. I think a big problem was that Pikmin ended up getting a lot of attention after its prime, and a lot of times. Um, you know, Olimar was put in Brawl. Pikmin was a GameCube game, but then they released Pikmin 1 and 2 as a part of the New Play Control series for the Wii. But then, Pikmin 3 came out on the Wii U. Well, I guess maybe, I don't know, because Pikmin 3 came out before Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. So, I mean, I guess. It depends on how you look at it. But in regards to playing more games that I personally want to show off, I've considered playing Banjo Kazooie. I've never beaten that game though. There's a lot of talking subjects regarding that game. Um, Specifically, there's a lot of stuff regarding stop and swap. There's a lot of stuff with that game where it's been pretty well documented. I'd also want to do potentially Conker's Bad Fur Day at some point. I'm not guaranteeing that's happening this year. I do want to do it soon though, because there is a lot of people have pointed out some issues with Conker's Bad Fur Day where they are having trouble with older videos, with monetizers wanting the video completely taken down. And a big reason for that is Conker's Bad Fur Day is a very vulgar game. So, it's definitely a game I want to play. Both Banjo Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day are interesting in the fact that they're N64 games, but they're playable on Xbox, which I think is interesting. Same thing with Banjo Tooie, actually. It was a weird thing regarding Rare's acquisition with Microsoft, or the acquisition of Rare by Microsoft. So those are just some ideas. Um, in regards to Zelda 2, I don't know if slash when I'll be getting to that. Zelda 2 is a very different Zelda game. It is one I have not beaten or really played all that much because of its huge departure from the previous game. Most people play the first Zelda and then they'll skip to Link to the Past. And for a lot of people, they don't go back any farther than A Link to the Past. So, A Link to the Past is, a game I'd want to play. It's also a pretty commonly played game in the Let's Play community. A Link to the Past is. I've been trying to sort of, I've voiced before that I don't necessarily believe in niche carving in terms of Let's Playing. I think you should just play the games you want and be entertaining about it. There are a lot of people, though, who believe that to survive in the modern day YouTube demographic, you need to carve out a niche. And to an extent, they're right. The thing is like, when they mean carve out a niche, they mean, like, hyper focus on specific games. And, like, there's a lot of people who do this, and it's not even just for newer games. Like, obviously, there's people who hyper focus on, like, Minecraft or Fortnite. But there are people who have focused on Animal Crossing for the GameCube, exclusively that entry. And they talk about really weird facts about it. Or, they talk about things like Ocarina of Time's weird caveats. Like, there are people who do specifically targeted stuff like that. Now, I don't ever really want to be that. I was kind of regretting for most of the World of Goo 2 stuff. By the way, at this time, World of Goo 2 has finished recording. Yesterday's video is the second to last video in the initial recording set. I don't think I'm going back and doing the challenge levels, at least not right now. And, you know, there's a good reason for it. Part of it is I want to fill that block with something else. World of Goo does not get a lot of views, and I think a lot of it is just because a lot of people don't know what World of Goo is, and a lot of the people who have come to this channel so far have come on the basis that I play exclusively retro games, which is wrong. I do like playing, you know, classic NES games. But, you know, it's not the sole focus of my channel. Like, NES games is not the sole focus of my channel. And I never wanted it to be that way. It's just that they're so easy to record in the modern day. It's so easy to acquire an NES game digitally, a means to play that, and a means to record that, to where, honestly, you could Let's Play an NES... Like, if you know what you're doing, you can Let's Play an NES game for free. Now, obviously, I recommend buying the games and obtaining them legally, but I understand when people, you know, obtain games through not so legal means, especially if it's easy. You know, why would you do something the hard way when you can do it the easy way? But in regards to NES games, we also did Mega Man 2 this year. I'm at some point going to sit down and make the Mega Man 2 thumbnail. I just never got to it. I think a big reason was I wasn't really sure how to go forward, but I think I'm going to take how my style of thumbnail making currently and use that for Mega Man 2. Because if you just go, they don't have thumbnails. Mega Man 3 is actually another game that's on the chopping block for this year. Mega Man 3 is it's a pretty good game. Mega Man 3 personally is one of my more favorite games. I think it's the one, if I remember right, with a glitched level select where for whatever reason one of the sprites clips on the screen, and I don't know why, and it's only in a particular part of the screen. In addition, there is something else I want to announce, which is I'm finally making my return to streaming tonight. The night this video goes up, I will be live streaming, and that live stream will be uploaded on Friday. Now, it's not going to be a double stream, it's going to be a single stream block. But it is going to be a long stream, and the reason why is I'm going to be playing the game known as Balatro, the very famous card game. If you don't know what Balatro is a card game that is mainly... it's a poker-based card game. It uses the rules of poker. There's no betting in it. There's no actual gambling rules in it. It kind of just uses the base rules of poker and builds on that to be its own game. It is a roguelike game, which means that you get more content in the game by repeatedly playing the game over and over. It bases itself on the idea that you do these runs win or lose, play the game again with new stuff unlocked, and do that again. And you keep doing that. Now, I will say that I will not be starting Balatro from scratch. I have a save file, a personal save file, and that save file has like at least 10 hours, I think maybe almost 20 hours of gameplay put into it. It has had the red and blue decks beaten on white stake, but currently I am trying to beat the yellow deck. The big reason I'm playing it is I know the game is very popular right now with a lot of people. I know I'm not going to be like the most engaging person. I know Markiplier also recently started a Let's Play of it. That's actually why I even bought the game, was I finally saw footage of it when Markiplier played it. Because I do regularly watch Markiplier's videos, at least semi-regularly. I wasn't for a while, but I mean, he also wasn't really recording for a while because of his big movie, Iron Lung. So, yeah. Also, he made an Amazon show recently called The Edge of Sleep, I believe. So between that and his movie, he's been a little wrapped up, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. He's just creating content in a different medium than he has been previously, and I encourage that. Now, I'm not doing it purely to be a copycat. Like, don't interpret it like that. But Balatro is probably going to be one of those series where I may stream it, but I may occasionally record it. I don't know yet, and part of the reason why is I don't know if I'm just going to stream every single time I play Balatro. Especially if, maybe I'm only going to play Balatro for a short period of time. But I do plan to play Balatro tonight, and as long as everything goes fine, that's still happening. But I won't be starting from scratch. I'll start a new run, but I'm not going to start a fresh save file and do the tutorial. So, yeah. There is that. Part of the reason why I took a break... Actually, we should just talk about that as the next topic. My break from live streaming. Why did I take it? I've been a little secretive, a little not secretive. I've talked about it a little bit. I've also not talked about it a lot. I just wasn't really happy live streaming for a little bit. I felt like it was stressful to try to determine a time in which my internet connection is functioning correctly. And, I'm streaming a game live. So it's not like I can just do it whenever. There's also been a lot of instances where I sit down to make content and there's been several interruptions. There's been a lot of, hey, can you do this? I know you're recording. Or I know you're doing something right now, but I need you to do this for me. Going on, for better or for worse. And, like, I'm not gonna bitch about it and say, like, oh, well, fuck them for being like that. It's like, no, it's understandable stuff. There's reasons for that. Reasons I don't care to say publicly. But then there's also, issues with... There's issues for a little while where my sister was getting sent home early. So I would be streaming, and I'd have these ideas of things I want to do in the stream. and suddenly I get a message or I get a call while I'm on stream. So I'm like muting my thing, or I get a message and I'm get told that, I have to end my stream soon because my sister's coming home from school because she's acting up. So I need to go and deal with her. And it would be irritating because it's, at that time frame, it's supposed to be someone else's turn to deal with her, but, they're not back from work yet because of either them taking on obligations or them or the person in question, doing certain shit that they shouldn't have to, but they end up having to because of their position. And, it's whatever. But between all those reasons, it's like I didn't really want to live stream. World of Goo 2 was originally going to be live streamed. I decided to let's play it instead. And I'm glad I did because it's way easier for me to divvy up the stuff that way. Um, yeah, there's no World of Goo 3, by the way. There probably won't be. If you've noticed, currently in the World of Goo 2 Let's Play, there's been jokes where it's like, let's play World of Goo 7, let's play World of Goo 11, let's play World of Goo 17, The Black Stain. They're making a joke about there being so many sequels and how they, they spin off and aren't even really that derivative of the original game anymore. So, it's whatever. But, World of Goo is coming to a close, so that's been an interesting chapter of the channel. I hope people will keep going back to that. There are other Tomorrow Corporation games that I do plan to record in advance. I'm trying to get better about the whole recording things in advance and actually putting them out type deal. For a while, it's not an issue with me recording stuff in advance. A lot of it is me editing stuff in advance. Because the main thing is, like, you can only edit so much stuff in advance. Where it's like, I could edit, like, I could record, like, 40 videos. And then push them out over time. Editing them each week. But it's like, it'd be better if I bulk edited them in a single day and then moved it, uploaded it, and then I can just publish them whenever I need it. So, that's kind of the case with WarioWare right now. Right now, WarioWare has completely finished recording. WarioWare has entirely finished recording. And Nate and I have already started a new series. I plan to get that. Get the first 2 episodes of that we recorded, edited, and put out onto the, I want to get them edited and put them out onto the Ko-Fi. And that series is Subnautica. If you don't know what Subnautica is, it's a pseudo sandbox survival game. It's a marine sandbox survival game where you are on this planet that is pretty much entirely ocean with the exception of a few places. There's like 2 islands. There's the one of them's like a floating island and the other one's like an island. But like that's a game where it's like it's not going to come out on the channel for a while because Subnautica is kind of a long game, and that means that Nate and I will have to record it over time, chip away at it. You know how it is. Now, in regards to content with Nate, I want to do more of it. And like I've said, though, an issue with it is, it relies on him coming home from break, and it also relies on our free schedule lining up. Because while he comes home from break, that's when I get busier with work. So, he comes home for Christmas, I get busier with work. So, when he was back for Thanksgiving break, he gets a longer Thanksgiving break, so he came back and we played Subnautica. We did the Plants vs. Zombies multiplayer video where I showed off the multiplayer functionality present in the Xbox 360 version of the game. I also showed off some of the co-op stages. I didn't show off all of them, and the big reason was that it was a lot longer than we had anticipated. Now, I'm pretty much starting to run out of things to talk about here. I guess what do I want to accomplish in 2025? I hope to grow the channel more, maybe hit that growth spurt that supposedly happens once you hit around 100 subscribers. Supposedly there's a growth spurt thing where your subscriber count starts to increase exponentially. If that can happen, that would be cool. After we hit 100 subscribers, the subscriber specials are only happening every group of 100 subscribers. So it'll be like once we hit 100 subscribers, then we have like the 250 subscriber mark. Then we have the 500 subscriber mark. Then it goes up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. It goes up to every 1,000. So, you know how it is. If any of you are wondering why I make so many subscriber specials, they're just, like, fun to make. Like, they can be hard to make, but they're fun to make. They're not required at all, but I like making subscriber specials. I feel like it's something that stands out for Let's Players of my type. Is like typically I make these subscriber specials more so like a channel like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, where while they are technically Let's Players, they are not like classic styled Let's Players. They have their own style of content making, and that's completely fine. It's like I also want to have my own style of content making, and I want that style to be derivative of specific things from other styles. So, yeah, I'm hoping maybe in 2025 we can hit not only 100 subscribers, but maybe even 200, 250. Sky's the limit. Naturally, I want to get as many subscribers as possible. I'm hoping maybe I can do a little more in terms of certain Let's Plays. One of the issues I've noticed right now is that the channel can seem a little unfocused with the way I have it. Where basically, if you're watching for one of the 5 Let's Plays I have, or 4 Let's Plays. So, like, if you're watching exclusively for Pokemon Legends, which I know a good amount of you are, you're only getting Pokemon Legends once a week. And I know there are some people who would prefer that I upload Pokemon Legends, all of my upload blocks. But then that leaves it to where the people who want to watch my content but don't have access to anything that isn't Pokemon Legends content, now they are completely shafted and they just have to wait until whenever Pokemon Legends is ending. Now, I will say that Pokemon Legends is moving along a lot faster than I had initially thought. I thought this was going to be like a Let's Play reaching up into hundreds of parts. I think a big reason for that, though, is that a lot of the gameplay looks like this to me when I started, but I could kind of squish it a lot more, so it's more like this. A big thing is Pokedex entries. You know, a lot of Pokedex entries are straightforward. You don't need to see me use the move Slash however many times it wanted me to. I just showed me getting those unlocked. And, you know, I think a lot of you are appreciating that. Where it's like, or at least I don't think it's even happened yet. But I think a lot of you are going to appreciate that. Because I pretty much turn what ended up being like a 3-hour recording session into a 1-hour video. So a lot of progress was made in terms of the overall game. But, you know, I cram it down into a much smaller, more digestible time frame for you. Anything interesting that happens, I've been using the pause recording option a lot, where, you know, I pause a recording and then come back when something interesting happens. So, you know, stuff like that's pretty cool. But yeah. Once I finish Pokemon Legends, I'll probably take a break from Pokemon. I don't know if I'll take a break from RPGs, though. There are other RPGs I want to play, and I think I might want to do Mother 1, or just Mother, after. I might just want to do Mother after Pokemon Legends is done. One of the biggest things is that a lot of people who worked on Pokemon Red and Blue actually worked on the first 2 Mother games, because I believe Earthbound was 92 in Japan. Like, I believe Mother 2 was 1992, but didn't come out until 95 in the US or something like that. I don't know. I know it was like early NES days is when Earthbound came out. It came out before Pokemon did. That's really all I need to talk about regarding that. But, you know, Mother 1's a game that's personally really close to my heart. I feel like, you know, with the whole pausing and starting thing, or pausing and unpausing the recording thing, maybe that could work for Mother. Mother is one of those games where my initial ideas for a Let's Play for it are definitely not happening. Originally, I was going to do enemy bios, very similar to how Chuggaaconroy does his Pokemon bios. However, after omitting that from my Pokemon Legends playthrough, you know, I feel like I should leave that to him. Especially after, in his more recent Pokemon Black and White, and Black 2 and White 2 Let's Plays, he made a software specifically, like developed software specifically for making these bios. And that's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. I'm not going to spend even more time editing these videos, you know, where I have to draw, hand make a bunch of these bios where it's like, oh, well, here's the Spinnerack bio. Here's each of its individual listed stats. As far as I know, that software isn't a publicly available software. It'd be different if it was a publicly available one where it pulls from Bulbapedia, where it's like I can type in a Pokemon into generation and then it gives me all the information I need to know. So, yeah. Anyway, overall, I feel like 2025 is looking to be a good year so far. I'm hoping we can start it strong, especially with that Balatro stream coming out tonight. Be sure you check out my Twitch channel. You should also follow my Twitch channel. You'll get a notification when I go live. It's in the description. You should also like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications for when uploads happen here. You should also check out my Blue Sky. There you can get notifications about when I go live. I'm much better about keeping my social medias updated regarding that than I am in regards to the community posts. I mostly use the community posts whenever I have something that's happening that's important, but isn't necessarily important enough to make the video about it. And you should also check out my Ko-Fi page. Like I mentioned, there's some content there. You can get access to it by paying $3 each month. You can get access to it. So, yeah, there's some videos there that won't be available for a while. And I recommend, going there and seeing that. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. So, Happy New Year's, everybody. And I hope you try to make it a good one. I know the world's been a little rough right now in different parts of it. Not even a little rough. It's been pretty rough. There's been a lot of decisions people don't agree with, a lot of politics going on. I know there's a couple of wars going on in other countries that have been going on forever, it feels like. But I hope that maybe, you can use my content as a distraction from that stuff. It's part of the reason I don't like talking about politics too often, is because I like my content to be sort of a distraction from stuff going on in the outer world. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Or tonight. Whenever. Bye.